Hello kids, ready to study? So today we will be studying about the three types of tissue systems in plant. Till now we studied about the different types of plant tissue on the basis of their structure. Now these tissue systems are based on the basis of the function. In the last video we studied about the conducting tissue, the xylem and phloem. That is the part of vascular tissue. Vascular system in our body also, it means circulation. Vascular veins. So here also vascular tissue is responsible for conducting food and water and minerals. So vascular system is also known as conducting tissue, and it is a complex permanent tissue. In the last video we studied this. Xylem and phloem are its parts. We have made a full big video on it. The link will be in description box. You can go and check. Then we studied about simple permanent tissue, where the cells were of one type, single type, whether there was a thickening in the cell wall or the corners were thickened or the entire cell wall was thickened. Now that tissue is making up most of the body of the plant. That is a part of ground tissue, and because it is supporting the plant, it is giving strength to the plant, this tissue is also known as supporting tissue. It is a simple permanent tissue and the parts will be parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Again, the link will be in description box. You can go and check. The third type of tissue is the dermal tissue system. Dermal means skin. So this tissue is the one which will make the skin of the plant. Now skin, the function is protection. So this is also known as protecting tissue system. Supporting tissue, conducting tissue, and now we have protecting tissue. The skin, our body is also covered with skin, and apart from protection, there are so many more functions of our skin. So in the same way, the plant skin, it is made up of simple permanent tissue. That means all the cells will be of one type. If we look at the cross section of a leaf, we see thin cells placed right next to each other with nucleus. They are all living, and a thin covering is present over it. This layer is known as epidermis, and this thin layer, it is made up of a substance called cutin. So this layer is called cuticle. This is a very important layer. It not only protects the plant from external injury and harsh environment, it prevents water loss. Unnecessary water loss is prevented by epidermis. In plants like cactus, in xerophytes, basically the plants which live in desert, the cuticle has waxy coating to prevent even more water loss. This is a very important feature in the desert plant. Sometimes the epidermis also has projections like thorns to prevent the plant from getting eaten up. Same way, there are special cells present in this epidermis which are known as guard cells. These are kidney-shaped cells, and the opening of guard cells is called stomata. So guard cells are very important, because if stomata will not be there, oxygen cannot go out, carbon dioxide cannot enter, and transpiration also will not take place. So these were the three types of tissue systems. Dermal tissue, also called protecting tissue, ground tissue, also known as supporting tissue, and vascular tissue, also known as conducting tissue. I hope you have understood the plant tissues properly. If any problem is there, you can mention in the comments section. Now let us move on to the animal tissues. Okay kids, so let us start with the animal tissue now. Animal tissue is of four types: epithelial, nervous, muscular and connective. Epithelial tissue means making of skin. Our body is covered outside also by the skin, and even inside all our organs have a proper lining, a proper cover from outside and inside. So this epithelial tissue makes the cover of our body also and our organs also. It covers from outside also and inside also. Nervous tissue, which makes the nerves, the spinal cord and the brain. Muscular tissue present all along the body. All the muscles are a part of muscular tissue. Then connective tissue. How do the different things connect inside the body, like our bones, our blood? This is all a part of connective tissue. So let us start first with nervous tissue. Nervous tissue has special cells called neurons. These neurons join together to make up a nerve. Now the cell has a very special structure. It is divided into two parts. One is the main cell body, which is called cyton, where the nucleus will be present and all the cell organelles will also be present. From the cyton, small branches arise and these branches are called dendrons. From the cyton only the ending of the cell membrane you can see protrudes out and makes up the dendron. The dendron is then branched even more and these branches are called dendrites. One of the dendron becomes very long and it is known as axon. Now this axon is a long thread. It may break. So there is a cover present around the axon and it is known as myelin sheath. Myelin was a scientist and because he discovered, he kept the name on his own name as myelin sheath. Now these places where myelin sheath gets constricted, it is near the axon. These places are called nodes of Ranvier. And the axon ends by branching it off itself and these are called axon endings or axon terminal. The next neuron will join here. The dendrite of the next neuron joins the axon endings. This place is called synapse. A nerve proceeds by making synapses. Just like the electricians, they twist the wires and they join. Now, if the nerves will be twisted like this, they might break. So, at synapse, the axon terminal and the dendrite, they lie in very close proximity. They do not touch each other and they do not twist. They lie in very close proximity and the message is traveled because of chemical transmission. So, this place is called synapse. I hope you have understood nervous tissue. The main control center of our body is brain and brain is made up of nervous tissue. Brain, spinal cord, all the nerves, even if a pin pricks, we feel pain because of these nerves. So they are made up of special cells which are called neurons. Now let us move to the next animal tissue. Okay kids, so the next tissue is muscular tissue. It is of three types. The muscles are of three types: voluntary muscles, involuntary muscles and cardiac muscles. The difference lies in their function as well as in their structure. Voluntary muscles are under our control. We can control them. So they are under our control. Involuntary muscles, they are not in our control. And cardiac, they combine the features of both voluntary and involuntary. And like involuntary muscles, they are also not in our control. So we can control only the voluntary muscles. Now we can control them because these muscles are attached to our bones. So they are present attached to bones. And because they are attached to bones, they are also known as skeletal muscles because they are attached to bones. If I can lift my hand like this, it is because of a voluntary muscle which is attached to the bone. Involuntary muscles are in our internal organs. So they are present in internal organs. Whatever we eat, Irrespective of the fact we like it or not, the stomach will digest it. We cannot control it because it is under the involuntary action. The muscles in stomach are involuntary muscles. The cardiac muscles are found in heart. These muscles are present only in the heart. The rhythmic beating of heart, the contraction and relaxation is because of cardiac muscles. Now let us see the structure. If we see the voluntary muscles, they are cylindrical in structure. So the shape is cylindrical. In involuntary, it is spindle shaped, tapering at the two ends, broad in the center. Cardiac muscles are also cylindrical, but the difference is voluntary muscles are not branched, but the cardiac muscles are branched. So these are cylindrical unbranched, these are cylindrical and branched. The next difference lies in these bands. If we see, the voluntary muscles have these dark and light bands. These are called striations, and because of the presence of these striations, the voluntary muscles are also known as striated muscles. In involuntary muscles, we do not see any such dark and light bands. They are called smooth muscles. Cardiac muscles also have striations, but we cannot name them as striated muscle because they are a different category, but the striations are present. Then we come to the nucleus. The voluntary muscles have many nucleus. They are multinucleate because they have to control lot of things, so more nucleus is needed. Voluntary muscles are multinucleate. Involuntary are uninucleate. That means one cell will have one nucleus. Cardiac muscles are also uninucleate. Alright. So this is what is muscular tissue. The three types of muscles: voluntary, involuntary and cardiac. Cardiac and voluntary are similar in shape, and cardiac and involuntary are similar in function. I hope you have understood the muscular tissue. In the next video, we will be continuing the animal tissues. Do like, share, subscribe. If you have any problem, mention in the comment section. Till then, goodbye, take care and keep studying.